In my last video, I talked about how you can boost your relationship with other members of your extended families, your uncles, your aunties, and even your siblings. And if you haven't watched the video, just visit my channel and you'll get to watch that video. And someone asked me a question as how can you relate or how can you handle people, your friends, or even relatives who dislikes you for no good reason. How do you go along with people who hates you for one reason or another, or even sometimes they just hate you for no good reason? So today I'm going to talk about 6 tips on how to handle yourself whenever you find yourself in such a situation. If you're joining me for the first time, kindly subscribe and please watch, share my videos and subscribe. And if you joined me earlier now and you have joined me again, thank you so much for supporting me and welcome. My name is Steven. Hate is an intense feeling of dislike for somebody or something. Hate usually stems from fear, insecurity, or mistrust. It's a normal part of life. It's a normal part of feeling. Like in other feelings, it's neither good nor bad. It's a messenger that comes to tell us to pay attention to ourselves and that there is something we need to learn. It's only when hate becomes, an action that is directed for the purpose of doing harm, that's when hate becomes negative. The truth of the matter is that humans have an innate need to feel admired, to feel loved, and to feel as though we belong. So when someone doesn't like you for seemingly no good reason at all, it can sometimes feel like a slap in the face. In reality, there is a reason why someone or somebody doesn't like you, even though it may not be readily apparent to you. And the reason they dislike you, may or may not actually have anything to do with you. Either way, it can lead to a ruined reputation at place of work or at school or at the community, or the culprits trying to get other people to gang up with other people so that they may also dislike you. Sometimes it can lead to a situation that is unnecessarily uncomfortable to you. And sometimes these secret haters are people you don't know, and other times it's just your friends or even relatives, family members who ghosts about you. Building resilience and confidence in such a situation takes time, but the tips I'm going to talk about will help you figure out on what to do in case you find yourself in such a situation. Number 1, don't make assumptions. Assumption leads you to act in a way that is congruent with reality. When someone dislikes you or hates you, it's easy for you to assume that everyone hates you or everyone dislikes you, which is same as saying nobody likes me in an overrated dictionary. That's not even possible. As we all know, even terrible people in this world have got friends, unless you are rather just a bad person. Sometimes people don't get along because of biasness, and sometimes because of a misunderstanding. In such a case, practice empathy and try to put yourself in their shoe and consider if you did something offensive. And if not, why not just move on? Sometimes it's just your insecurity, so ask yourself what's true about the situation, and if in case of any, can there be a resolution of a talk, of a conversation, and if possible to offer an apology. Assuming what others think is the fastest way to ruin your self-esteem, which can lead you to to overreact or assume untrue things about what other people will think about you. Tip number 2, practice self-awareness. You know, sometimes it could be possible that you are rubbing some people wrongly based on something you even don't know, or even something that you yourself don't think that it's that strange. Without self-awareness, you know, you are going to have a hard time, making friends, and, coming close to other new friends. As you develop a strong sense of self, you start picking on other people's comfort zones wrong. So in this, you will understand that if you stand too close, you will understand that there is a need to take a step back. And if you are speaking too loudly, you will understand to measure your tone. And if you are constantly talking too much about yourself, now you will also learn to talk and ask about other people. Tip number 4 is that focus on self-improvement. It's obvious that when you start to improve yourself, you will attract a sort of jealous people and outright haters, as many as you will gather. No one is immune to feelings. No one is immune to feeling a little jealous at least once in their lifetime. So when you face and learn from it, you can see when others are in similar situations, and that's through metacognition, where you start thinking about your inner thoughts. Self-evaluation, if done correctly, it helps you to be able to see other people's jealousy in a very and right objective way. In some cases, it won't always feel good, especially when the hater is someone in position of power, or someone very close, someone that you cannot separate from them, like maybe a spouse or a family member. But letting other people's feelings roll off your shoulder makes you become a better person. Actually, it makes when you let other people's feelings roll over your shoulder, it makes you strong. It makes you become a very better person. Tip number 4 is that don't own other people's feelings. If you have been in a relationship for a long period, whether with your spouse, with your friend, or with a family member, you will realize that you could have realized that you become familiar with their emotions, their emotional circle, and sometimes their frustrations. The benefit of being too close to a relative or a friend is that they will obviously come around. You can even ignore it. You might not have the luxury of ignoring those who dislike you, but just as for those close friends, you don't have to own their emotions. By so doing, it will help you to refocus your energy and not to absorb the energy coming your way from the haters. People might not like you, and this doesn't mean that you dislike yourself too. When you constantly give up your emotional wellness to someone else, this transforms you into a victim. Ask yourself if it matters to you or not. If not, just observe others objectively, and recognize that some people will just upset you no matter what. They'll just have to upset you, and others will just have to hate you, no matter what, no matter the situation, no matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are. Tip number 5, face the conflict head on. This is a situation where you realize that there are some friends of yours, some relatives, or some close people, maybe colleagues, who are just hating on you, who are just disliking you for one reason or another. For you, that maybe they're just hating you for no good reason. So you meet with them, you meet them, you reach out to them to get to understand maybe there's something you did wrong to them, maybe there's something that may be offensive that you did unto them. Let them know that you understand that they are hating on you. Let them know that you know that they dislike you. So let them reach out, let them come out openly, let them speak their mind. And if there's any way you can resolve the matter, you resolve it. And if there's something that you have done wrong that maybe upset that upset them, now this is your chance now to ask for forgiveness. The last tip that is very important that I want to emphasize is that go where you are celebrated. Now, we have realized that people will just hate on you, some with reasons and others with no reason. So where people are hating you with no good reason, well known to yourself, why entertain them? Just go where you feel like you are appreciated and you are celebrated. Rejection is a natural, as eating and sleeping. And from evolutionary standpoint, it helps people, learn to do things that promote interpersonal relationships. But constant rejection can wreak havoc on your confidence, and so as to avoid all these, just go where you feel like you are wanted, where you feel like you can be celebrated. This is by limiting your contact with people that they hate you. You limit your contact with these people that you feel like they dislike you. Spend your time, spend your good moments with the people that lift you up, people that lift your spirit, people that makes you feel like you are wanted, people that makes you feel like you are important, people that uplifts your spirit, and they make you feel like at least now you are appreciated. And if you don't have these people, go out, start making new friends. You don't need to hold on someone. You don't need to to hold too much on haters. You can leave them behind. If they were your friends, you can start limiting your contact with them. And then now you find new friend. You go out there, you find, you start making new friends. If you have, to be around those people, like for example, the hater is your boss, or the hater is your colleague whom you work with, whom you will be seeing each and every day, or this hater is your very close family member whom maybe you stay with or you stay close to. If you have to to interact with these people, these haters, on a daily basis due to unavoidable circumstances, then balance it out. Just balance it out by increasing increasing the time that you spend with those people that celebrate you, by increasing, by spending much time with these people that you feel like when you are with them, you feel your spirit is at least appreciated and your spirit is at least celebrated. Otherwise, my viewer, one thing that I cannot forget to assure you is that haters are there. Whether you're good, whether you're bad, there is no one who doesn't have haters. So I just want you to follow the steps, the tips that I've given you, and you can do much research, and so that at least, because this is our world, we have nowhere else to go. So these people, we have them. Some of them are our friends. Some of them are our colleagues. Some of them are very close family members. So there's nothing to do. It's just to learn how to reside and how to cohabit with them and to understand them and to understand yourself too. Otherwise, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly please subscribe very right now. Subscribe and share with your friends, and don't forget to press the bell, the notification bell, so that anytime I upload my new video, someone asked me, oh, so how can I be, following you? So I just want to request that you, after subscribing, you hit that notification bell. This will help you to to get my video. Anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to get in touch. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and I wish you well in everything in your endeavors. Thank you, and God bless you.